In this video, I want to share with you a nutrition experiment that I just started trying. It's inspired by a product called Soylent, and that's spelled Soylent. And what Soylent is a nutritional drink that you go online and you can purchase this. It's essentially a powder that you'll have shipped to your house, and every day you mix this powder with water, and it provides you all of your nutrients in these shakes that you drink throughout the day. And I found this concept to be really interesting for a couple different things. The first thing being that it's super convenient. So you can have this powder shipped and you don't have to go to the grocery store. I mean, you can essentially survive off this stuff permanently. You don't have to shop, you don't have to make sure you're getting all your calories. It provides you with all the nutrients you need throughout the day, all the calories you need. And I thought that was really awesome because I was just thinking, like, how many times do you ever really reach all of the stuff that you need for a day in the foods that you eat? You're probably over in most cases in terms of calories and probably under when it comes to vitamins and minerals. So this product solves that. And I was going to order Soylent itself, but there are some problems with it that I've read with it, there being some dangerous aspects of it in terms of the ingredients. So I did a little bit of research and I went to this website called DIY Soylent, and it has a bunch of recipes where you can make your own. And I found this one called Schmoylent, and I ordered all the ingredients for it, and I'm going to experiment with this at least as a like 2-meal a day type thing, or possibly 3 meals a day, and just trying to see what it would be like to get through an entire, I don't know, day, week, month with eating exactly what I need. Here is an example of what it makes. This just looks like kind of looks like a milkshake, and it's a little bit gritty, but this is what you will make from this. And I'm gonna go over the ingredients and everything with you, and I'll actually make a little bit of the powder. Yesterday I went ahead and I made a day's supply, and this is pretty much the end of it. I've had a couple different drinks of it, and it's not too bad. It's somewhat filling. I can't really give my full review yet because I haven't tried it long enough. But again, I just thought this concept was really interesting, and I kind of want to share it with you. This isn't really a video that I would typically make, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of go over what's going through my mind right now and what I'm working on. Now, if there is one thing to know about this Soylent experiment before you begin, is that it's not a cheap operation. And part of that is by design. I purposely picked Schmoylent because it's vegan and it's soy-free. Not only do I want to experiment with the convenience, but I also want to see what it's like to not only have all the nutrients and all the calories, but to get away from all the bad stuff, including meats and animal products. And that may be a reason that you're watching this video too. So I ended up going on Amazon and I picked up almost $200 worth of ingredients. And that's what I have right here. And I'm going to take you through each of these and show you exactly what I purchased and everything that's included in making this. Before I go ripping in the box, I'll show you the website where you can find everything in greater detail. This is DIYSoylent.com, and you're going to do a search for Schmoylent Vanilla. And this has all the ingredients that you'll find in this, and it also has links to buy everything on Amazon and the total cost, which is $7.47 a day. That's per person to get all of your calories. There's a spot there where you can click to add all the ingredients to your Amazon cart, and this shows the calories over here. You got 2,116 calories in a full day supply, which could be a lot for a female. That's a little much, so you might want to tailor it back a little bit, but it shows all the nutrition facts, then also the vitamins and everything that's in this. But a part of that is coming from a multivitamin that's included, and I'll show you that when we tear into the box next. The first ingredient on the list is organic oat flour. This was cheapest to buy it by the 6-pack, so that's what I got there. This is Arrowhead Mills organic oat flour. The next ingredient is rice flour. Again, this was cheapest to buy it by the 4-pack, so that is the rice flour that I purchased. Next, you got this big jug of organic vanilla rice protein. These 3 items will make up the majority of your shake. Now we get into some of the things that are just found in small quantities. The first thing is potassium citrate, psyllium husk powder, iodized sea salt, calcium citrate, choline bitartrate, magnesium citrate, stevia extract, xanthan gum, and lastly, a multivitamin. I chose this one. This is a vegan multivitamin and mineral supplement. And that is all the ingredients, and in the proper quantities mixed together, mixed with water, makes this drink, which will provide you with everything that you need throughout the day, also in the right quantity. I think it's important to note that I did exclude one ingredient, and that is canola oil. I looked up the purpose of mixing the oil into the drink, and that is purely just to serve as your fat content for the day. And I figured if I'm not doing this for a full 3 meals every day, I really don't think I'm gonna have an issue getting enough fat into my diet, but you can add that in. I just thought it'd be more convenient to not have the oil as well, just because this is gonna be a powder that you can mix with water pretty much anywhere, as opposed to having to also take some oil with you, which is a real pain. So you can do it either way. I imagine if you're doing this for your entire diet, you're probably gonna wanna use the oil. The guy that made this, he really defends his recipe, and I think it's legit. So next I'm gonna show you how to take everything that we see here, and we're gonna make a nice little powder out of it. Yesterday, the first time I made this, I made a 1-day supply, which I'm gonna do today as well. I really wanna make sure I have everything nailed down before I commit to making a week's supply, which is probably what I'm going to do just to save time in the future. To make this, here's all you're gonna need. You just need some measuring cups, and you need your teaspoons and things like that. And to put this into something, I'm using one of my son's formula containers, which is a perfect thing for this. It's essentially formula for adults here, and I just loaded in there. It even has a scooper. You can see some of the remnants from yesterday is still in there, and makes it easy as that. So now I'm gonna mix this all together. I'm not gonna bore you by pouring every little thing in there. If you look at the recipe list, you're gonna see exactly how much to put in there. I just kinda wanna show you what the powder looks like when I'm all done. Fast forward, got all my ingredients mixed. As you can see, this makes a pretty big mess. I'd recommend doing this on a weekly basis instead of daily, just because you have to clean this constantly if you're making this every day. So just make a week's worth. Here is the mix prior to shaking it all up. The main thing that you're gonna see here in the color, that brownish color that you see, is the organic rice protein. That makes up a lot of this. And then the white rice flour and the organic oat flour make up a good bit too. And they're both white. The other little white remnants that you see here is most of these other things. You got the potassium citrate, magnesium citrate, everything in there in smaller quantities. And then on the side, I've got my multivitamin. I'm taking 2 of those a day. Even though you could probably get away with 1, I'm just gonna take 2 just to make sure I have everything all covered. And that is going to provide you with 2,100 calories, I think it was. And you just kind of close that up. You're going to mix this with a ½ gallon of water. That's what I did yesterday. I just ended up mixing that whole thing with a ½ gallon, shake it all up, because I wasn't sure exactly how much I should put in a glass if I wanted to make it in small quantities, and I didn't want to ruin it. So I mixed it all together, and I just kind of poured it out. You're going to want to shake it up every time that you get it out of the fridge. Like if you have breakfast, you're going to shake it at lunch and shake it at dinner, because it kind of separates a little bit. And as I mentioned, I haven't drank my last glass yet. It is a little gritty, but it's honestly not that bad. It tastes like it tastes a lot better cold, and people have recommended that you can put cinnamon in it as well to make it amazing. You can also put Hershey's cocoa, but this is the vanilla version, and I think it's pretty good. It's really kind of grown on me. At first, I was like, man, that's really chalky. But I think it tastes just like any other protein drink. And the nice thing about this is you're getting everything. If you just take like muscle milk or something like that, you're getting the protein, but you're also getting whey protein, which isn't as good as this rice protein from what I've read online. I'm no expert by any means. I'm sure you can tell that from this video, but I'm just a guy that's experimenting, and I'm gonna try this out and see how it all works out. So this is gonna be kind of fun. I thank you for joining me on this experiment and this journey. I'm gonna keep you updated on how I make out with this. This may be something that I do one time and that's it, but I spent a lot of money on all this crap, so I'm probably gonna keep it going for at least a little bit. Most of the money was spent on these things. You know, this is stuff that's gonna last, 3 months, 6 months, some of this will last a year. This stuff, on the other hand, like that rice protein and the oat flour, just after 2 days, one of these is almost gone. So it's gonna go pretty quick. So I'm gonna constantly have to be kind of keeping up on the inventory and ordering new stuff through Amazon, and just doing that each time I mix, which I'm gonna do weekly. I'd like to try this for a 3-meal-a-day experiment to see how it goes, just so I can see the full effect of how this works, because it's kind of cheating if you do it for 2. So that kind of does concern me a little bit with excluding the oil, but it's just a choice that I've made, and we'll see how it goes. If I have to switch it up and add some oil, that's not a problem. I can do that anytime. So thanks again for watching this. Hope this was informative. If you've never heard of Soylent before, this is, I guess, a crash course on it, and hopefully I explained it well enough. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.